Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and welcome to the Infinite Warfare beta. Now, if you guys have been hibernating the last few days, I have been streaming this game pretty much a shit ton, to be honest. Like, pretty much every day except for Sunday. And I'm streaming a little later tonight as well, so make sure you guys go ahead and tune in. This video might already be uploaded after the stream's over, so if you guys watch the stream, then, well, this discussion's sort of irrelevant. But anyways, my thoughts and my opinions post-beta. Alright, now you guys know that I did a pre-beta thoughts and opinions video on Infinite Warfare and what I thought it was going to be like, just based on some of the trailers that I've watched, and really just my opinions, you know, on what I've seen, really. But from actually playing the game over this past weekend and making it to max level in the beta, which by the way is 30, which I think that should be increased probably by next week, you know, the next week's beta or whatever. The beta is technically supposed to be over right now for the PS4, but because of all the server outages and everything like that, they actually ended up extending the beta one more day until Tuesday, tomorrow, which is, yeah, that's tomorrow. So they ended up extending it one more day, which I am happy about because, you know, I obviously get to play with it a little more. But nonetheless, I'm here to share with you guys my thoughts and opinions on my experience with the beta so far. Now, this particular game that you're watching is actually one of my games that I played off stream, and it's actually one of my better games. I'm not really too great at this game. You know, I had to really get my Call of Duty, I guess, boots back on. I have not played Call of Duty in a very long time, so I sort of lost my touch with it, you know what I mean? I wasn't really good while I was streaming or anything like that, but this was one of my specific games that I got off stream that I actually did pretty well in. So this right here is a game of TDM on the map Precinct, which this is a map that came out on Saturday. Alright, so they added one more map to the other three that was already in rotation prior. And they added one more map and I believe one more game mode, which was Kill Confirmed. I did have some time with Kill Confirmed. I do enjoy it a lot. That's always been my favorite game mode in Call of Duty. And that will probably be the main one that I play in the full game. But for now, I just decided to go with TDM because that's what my friend Simon, or Gunhard, likes playing. As you guys can see, I'm playing with him in this game as well. But with that being said, everybody, let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, we're going to start off with some of the issues, all right, that occur in this game. Everybody wants to hear the issues, all right? So that's what we're going to deal with, all right? We're going to deal with the issues, the problems, in my personal opinion. And to be honest, there's not really a lot of them that I know are going to make it to the full game, right? Some of the glitches and some of the issues are literally just issues that we really have the beta for. You know, we have the beta to fix these specific issues. And some things that I'm talking about like that is matchmaking. 100%. Matchmaking is horrible right now. It is absolutely atrocious. I mean, the first day that the beta was up, or quote-unquote up, I actually only played 3 games of Infinite Warfare within a 3-hour stream because I couldn't log on. We couldn't download the update. We couldn't get onto multiplayer whatsoever, and then when we eventually did, I played 2 games, and then actually ended up not being able to find another lobby. Like, it wasn't matching us up with anybody. They had to deal with that problem, and, you know, as soon as they got that fixed, I was able to play one more game, and then, again, the whole problem with not being able to find a game came up once again. So the matchmaking is pretty horrendous right now. But again, that's something that I know will be fixed and will be patched before the full game launches. I believe on November 4th, I want to say? November 5th. I don't know. I think it's the 4th, actually. So before November 4th, that's definitely going to be fixed. It might even be fixed by the weekend 2, rather, of the beta, which is coming up this Friday, which would be the 21st, right? So by the time that even launches, the matchmaking issues might be fixed then. Who knows? But again, that's just one of the momentary problems that is going to get fixed. I mean, they have to fix it, you know? In order for the game to be playable, that has to be dealt with. Now, some other things that I know will be fixed by the time the either Weekend 2 beta comes out this Friday or the full game comes out on November 4th is just genuine glitches. Like, there's a glitch out right now that you can actually run around with the Reaper, you know, the Synaptic, which is what I'm using right now, the Reaper payload, where you get to turn into basically a dog. And there's a glitch with that right now where you can boost jump high into the air and keep on activating that Reaper, unactivating it, activating again, and basically being able to fly across the map. It's absolutely insane. I will go ahead and leave a link on screen right now in the top left to that glitch if you guys want to go ahead and see it. It's pretty hilarious. But again, it obviously has to be patched. And it's actually already been confirmed by Infinity Ward that they are aware of the situation and they're working on a patch right now, as you guys can see in this tweet. Now, I am sure there are other glitches in the game which will all be patched by the full game or again by weekend 2. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the problems that I really think are not going to be patched. They're not going to be fixed. You know, some things might be tweaked a little bit, but other than that, they're really making their way to the full game. Now, this is just personal opinion, okay? These are my issues with the game. Time to kill. In my personal opinion and in my personal experiences, time to kill is really inconsistent. Now, I don't know if that's just me. You know, I do have pretty much the best internet connection actually in Canada, so I don't really think it has anything to do with connection. But I guess it could have something to do with the people that I'm connecting with, so maybe they don't have really good connection, but it seems really inconsistent. I don't know if this is just me. Tell me your guys' opinions in the comment section below. Do you guys have trouble killing people? Because I feel sometimes that I put 5 or 6 shots into somebody, they don't actually end up dying, and then sometimes I put like 4 or 5 shots into somebody and they die pretty much immediately. You know what I mean? Like some games, I'm absolutely melting everybody, going absolutely ape shit and just going ham, and other games I cannot kill anybody. Yeah, you know, I could literally hit somebody over the head with a cinder block, throw them in front of a transport, and they would probably still end up killing me, which is just unfortunate. Alright, so that is one of the inconsistencies that I found in this beta. Again, it could be me. You know, maybe it's some connection issues with the servers. I'm not too sure. Maybe that'll be fixed by the full game as well. But if it doesn't, you know, some of those inconsistencies are in other CODs as well, which leads me to believe that it will probably last. But it's not really too big of a deal. You know what I mean? Like, it's bearable. Something else that comes to mind when speaking about problems with this game is the guns. They're all pretty well balanced, speaking in terms of the guns that people actually use. Like, the Karma is really good. The SMGs, for the most part, are all pretty good. I feel like the assault rifles are not as good as they should be in this game. Like the NV4, I feel like has really good potential, but I think it lacks a damage buff, I think. I personally don't think it hits hard enough, but again, it's just a minor discrepancy. I feel like assault rifles should be a little better with short to medium range. That's kind of where assault rifles, you know, sort of peak, medium to longish, and just, you know, sometimes short. Don't get me wrong, with short range gunfights, I feel like SMGs should pretty much win, you know, almost all of the time over assault rifles, but when you're fighting somebody, you know, medium to long range, I feel like they should be a little bit better. Like, I find myself shooting across the map with the Karma a lot, you know what I mean? And that's an SMG. I find myself hitting harder, you know, shooting long distances than I would with the NV4, or, you know, some other assault rifle like that. My point is, I think assault rifles need to be buffed a tiny bit. Now, that's just my personal opinion. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys agree with that. Now, with shotguns, I don't really have too much experience with shotguns. Not a lot of people have been using them in the beta, or at least, you know, what lobbies I've run into. I haven't really been getting killed by shotguns, so I can't really speak in terms of shotguns, but something that has been pretty annoying has been snipers. Alright, so snipers are back. Quick scoping is back. Alright, now I'm all for it. Don't get me wrong. I'm completely all for sniping. You know, you have to make those divisions of the community happy, as well as the rag gunning division, like I'm in, pretty much, you know, just normal guns. I like sniping from time to time, and this obviously makes it a little bit easier for me. In fact, I will leave a clip at the end of the video to show you what I'm talking about. It's absolutely ridiculous what I end up doing, and it takes no skill whatsoever, and something like that should not be in the game, you know what I mean? So, in terms of quick scoping, long to medium range, fine, you know what I mean? I don't really care. Snipe at the back of the map by hard scoping, it doesn't matter. Use a sniper like it's meant to be, or do some quick scoping and, you know, have some fun that way from medium to long range. But when you get in a short range distance with a sniper, you're usually supposed to pull out your secondary, right? Your pistol. Or if you're running overkill, your SMG or your assault rifle, whatever you're using. But when you go in a short range gunfight with a sniper and win with your opponent using something like a Karma, like an SMG, or, you know, something along those lines that's meant for short range, and you absolutely end up destroying him just because you have quick draw on and you just bloop, you know what I mean? It's like a shotgun. That is something that I feel should be fixed, but probably will not be. You know, they could do some tweaking to the weapons. They, you know, they could very well lower the ADS time. lower the aim assist on some of the sniper rifles. But as far as snipers go, I fear that we're going to have to deal with it mostly, you know? Again, I don't want to make any of you guys angry. I like quickscoping, I like sniping, and I feel like that should be kept from long to medium range. You know what I mean? When you're up close in a situation, though, short-range gun battles, you should not be able to just turn on a whim and no-scope somebody, like I did in the upcoming clip, which, by the way, again, that'll be featured at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that clip. It's a doozy, alright? Now, for the most part, those are really my only issues with this game. Some of the things that I like about this game, let's go ahead and get into it, alright? Now, I don't have a lot to say about what I like in this game, because it's pretty much everything but what I've said already that I don't like, and what I think will be fixed and what I think won't be fixed. Now, one thing that I do like in this game are the specialists, or the combat rigs, I guess in Infinite Warfare's case, and the payloads. I think they're all really well balanced. I think they're all really good, and they all have a place for you and your playstyle in this game. I like all of the abilities. My personal favorite is actually the Synaptic combat rig with the Reaper payload, which again, that's the doggy thing that runs around the map. Now, you don't get any extra health, which was sort of a concern of mine, but at the same time, you do get the ability to jump around like an absolute maniac and avoid shots like that. So that's not really an issue, you know, to me. Maybe a little tiny bit of extra health come the full game might be a little bit nicer because it's melee only. You don't really have a gun with the doggy. But with that being said, you know, if there's no extra health, that's completely fine. As I said before, the SMGs are all really well balanced. I like pretty much all of them. SMGs are really what fits my playstyle of running and gunning and just running into their spawns, getting a bunch of kills, and then ending up, you know, ultimately dying. I do end up sometimes clutching and not dying and getting out of there and, you know, doing it over and over again, somewhat like I do in this gameplay here. But with that being said, again, SMGs are really nice. The movement system and the wall running compared to Black Ops 3, I think it's pretty much the same. But if I had to choose a movement system, either one or the other, you know, Black Ops 3, Infinite Warfare, or let's go ahead and throw in Advanced Warfare. Advanced Warfare is automatically in the trash, and Black Ops 3 is a close second. Now, the reason why I like this movement system compared to the Black Ops 3 one, again, it's pretty much the same. It just, to me, it feels a little dumbed down. You know what I mean? It's not as dramatic with the boost jumps and everything like that. It's more subtle. You know, I don't really find myself using the boost jumps a lot in this game compared to Black Ops 3. And that, in my opinion, is closer to boots on the ground. So, I'm all for it. So, with that being said, I would prefer a boots on the ground Call of Duty, but it's not what we're getting. You know what I mean? We have Modern Warfare Remastered for that, and I'm very happy about that. I'm very thankful that they gave this extra game, Modern Warfare Remastered, with Call of Duty this time around. Again, it's all about pleasing communities, the red gun community, the sniper community. They're happy right now. A little too happy, I think, but either way, they're happy, as well as the people that don't like the new combat, you know, movement system within these past 3 Call of Duties. They get to go back to the greatest game pretty much of all time, COD 4, and they get to have fun there with their boots planted firmly on the ground. Now, something that I was going to go ahead and put on the negative side of things are the maps that we've got to experience, but I can't really put those on the negative side of things because we haven't gotten to experience all of the maps yet. But with that being said, all of the maps that we have in this beta, all 4 of them at least, I really didn't like at first, but after I started playing them and after I got to level 30 and put in, I'd say, at least 25 hours of gameplay so far into the game, I've really started to get used to the maps. You know, they're not overly big like it was in Call of Duty Ghosts. They're not overly small either. They're sort of medium-sized maps. They really play to boots on the ground mostly, but there are spots that you can go ahead, get those wall running jumps in there, and, you know, obviously get the jump on enemies like that as well. But again, mostly in this beta, I found myself mostly keeping my feet planted on the ground. Again, I say mostly, not all the time. You know, those boost jumps are obviously in there, you know, for some reason. And I did use them quite a bit. But again, nothing compared to what I used for boost jumps in Black Ops 3 and mostly Advanced Warfare. That was just crackhead pro all over the place. I don't even want to talk about Advanced Warfare. Not even in the same sentence. So those are my thoughts and opinions on Infinite Warfare post-beta. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and if you guys agreed with anything that I said in this video, make sure you go down in the comments and let me know. You know, let me know what you guys think of the game so far. Obviously, we still have Weekend 2 to go, and I feel like there are going to be improvements from Weekend 1. Matchmaking is probably going to be better. And all around, I think it's going to be a better experience, obviously, when the full game comes out as well. That's why they do betas, people. That's why they do betas. Again, right before I go, this is the reason right here that I think snipers should be tweaked. Not nerfed, you know, not absolutely destroyed, just tweaked a little bit so that they're a little less accurate at close ranges. You know what I mean? Again, I want to thank you all so much for watching today's video. If you guys did enjoy it, feel free to smash the like button. Let's go ahead and see if we can get to 10 likes. That would really make me happy. It would make my day. I don't really know what I was going for there. I was going to say something super cheesy and super corny, but we're going to go on with it. So again, this is why I think snipers should be tweaked. Take care, everybody, and enjoy the doozy. Bye. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are playing some Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Remastered, and it's not really about that. You know, this is just some gameplay backdrop. I'm not doing it live or anything like that, so I do apologize if you guys were looking for a video like that. But today I wanted to talk about Infinite Warfare and the beta that is actually dropping tomorrow. Alright, so first